Hello, class of 2024. Thank you for joining us today for our 9th grade advisement for students and parents, and we'll also be covering the bridge law activity. This is being brought to you by the Sprayberry Counseling Department. Also, if you have questions during this advisement, you can ask your questions in the chat box, and the counselors will be answering those questions as we go along the presentation. And we'll also have time at the end of the advisement for you to ask more questions. So, who is your school counselor? If your last name begins with A through D, then Miss Ponticelli is your counselor. If your last name begins with E through L-I, then I am your counselor, Dr. Osini. If your last name begins with LL through ROC, then Miss Brandy Brady is your counselor. And she is also the department chair, and she handles the dual enrollment for Chat Tech. And last but not least, if your last name begins with ROD through Z, then Dr. Tammy White is your counselor. And she also does dual enrollment for KSU and any other four-year colleges. So what does a school counselor do? The counselors at Sprayberry, we're here to help students succeed. We assist you with things like academic planning, career exploration, future planning, and social-emotional situations. You ask, how can you talk to your school counselor? There's several ways you can do that. The first being, stop by the counseling department to see if your assigned counselor is available to speak with you. You could also email your counselor for a Zoom or a virtual meeting. And you can also, when you're back during face-to-face learning, if your assigned counselor is not available, you can schedule a student appointment in the lobby of the counseling office using the laptop that is provided there. Otherwise, just email your counselor. And we generally, when we're back face-to-face, we schedule appointments during your elective classes. We do not want to pull you out of any core classes. Some things to know. Let's talk about safety first. Harassment and bullying policy. Cobb County has a no tolerance harassment and bullying policy. If you or someone else you know is being harassed or bullied, you need to tell an adult in the building as soon as possible. You can tell a teacher, a counselor, assistant principal, a parent, but tell someone and let them know if this is going on. The next thing is about crisis. If you are witnessing or if you yourself are in a life-threatening situation, you need to tell an adult immediately so that we can administer help. And confidentiality, we generally keep everything confidential when you come and talk with us. We do have limits to our confidentiality. For example, if there is a risk or a threat of someone hurting themselves or someone else, then we have limits to our confidentiality. Our essential question for this advisement is, what do you need to know to be successful in 9th grade and beyond? In this advisement, we're going to talk about GPA, course rigor, transcripts, promotion requirements, graduation requirements, dual enrollment, and your responsibilities in the classroom. As you know, GPA stands for grade point average. And there are different types of GPAs. You have your weighted versus unweighted, your cumulative versus core, your HOPE GPA, and your college GPA. And we're going to talk about each one of these. First of all, the grading scale, A is equal 4 points, a B is equal to 3 points, a C is equal to 2 points, a D, 1 point, and an F, you get 0 points. And the scale for Cobb County is, high schools is 90 to 100 is an A, 80 to 89 is a B, 74 to 79 is a C, 70 to 73 is a D, and 69 and below would be an F. So we have the weighted GPA. We're going to talk about that in the next slide, and then the unweighted. You've got the cumulative GPA, which is all of your classes, your core classes and electives. And then you've got your core GPA, which is what is used for the HOPE scholarship. The HOPE scholarship uses core plus foreign languages or world languages. And then the college GPA is something totally different, and each college has their own formula of how they come up with their GPA for them. It may just be cores and foreign language like the HOPE, or it could be a mixture of other classes. You would have to check with each individual college when you get to that point to see what how the college GPA is arrived at. Here we're going to look at how do I calculate a GPA. First of all, with AP classes and honors classes, you get extra quality points, and those are extra points for taking more advanced classes. With an AP class, you get a full quality point, and with an honors, you get a half quality point. So for example, the A, it's normally worth 4 points, but if it's an AP class, it would be worth 5 points. Or if it's an honors class, it would be 4.5 points. So the first thing you're going to do is assign each grade a numeric value based upon whether it's a regular class, honors, or AP. And then you're going to multiply the numeric number point value by the units of credits attempted. And then you're going to total that value from step 2 and divide by the total number of credits attempted. These are examples of how to calculate GPA with quality points and without quality points. The first example will be without quality points. You have a B in algebra, an A in world geography, a B in intro to drafting, and a B in art. You would add those 4 grades up, which equal 13, divide by 4, the total number of grades, and that gives you the GPA of 3.25. Our second example is for with quality points, so honors classes. So you had honors algebra and you made a C in it, you would get a 2.5. If you had honors world geography and you made a B in it, it would be a 3.5. Intro to drafting is a B and an art is an A. And then you would total that. Again, the 4 grades total 13. You're going to divide by 4 and you would get a 3.25 GPA. And as you can see, by taking the honors and classes here, it gave them extra quality points, even though the grades weren't as high to begin with. The GPA is the same. So you really can advance your GPA by taking some honors and AP classes if that fits what you need to do. Let's talk about rigor a little bit. What is this all about? Your Sprayberry High School GPA You can take honors, AP, and dual enrollment classes, which would be considered, most of them are rigor, and get the extra quality points for those classes. With the Hope Scholarship, which is something we're going to talk about, you need to have rigor in order to qualify, 4 credits of rigor in order to qualify for the Hope and the Zell Miller scholarship. So we'll talk about that too. But again, the honors, you earn 0.5 with just on your Sprayberry GPA. AP, you earn full point, and then dual enrollment, you earn a 0.5 after taking the highest level of those. What are some of the reasons why people take honors and AP classes? First of all, it provides an opportunity to improve your study skills. It familiarizes you with college level work. You can boost your cumulative GPA. It prepares you for the big tests like the SAT, ACT, Accuplacer, ASVAB, milestones. It can help you do better with those types of tests. It gives you an advantage in college admissions by taking those level classes. It will make, once you get to college, you will already be familiar with those types of classes. It allows you to expand your interest. It may be eligible for college credit with the AP exam. Those are the AP classes, and also dual enrollment classes will do that. And it improves your work ethic and critical thinking skills for the workforce. But the most important thing is you need to find what's right for you. Don't take AP and honors classes because your friends are taking them, or if it's not a subject that it's a strong subject for you, especially AP classes. You want to do well in these classes so that it will look good on your transcript and look good for college and help boost your GPA. I mentioned the Hope Scholarship and the Zell Miller Scholarship earlier. These are 2 scholarships that are available to you in the state of Georgia. It's for the state of Georgia only for the most part, and there are some requirements that you have to meet. The regular Hope Scholarship, so you must have a 3.0 Hope GPA. Again, remember, the Hope GPA does not include any electives. It's your core classes plus world languages, and then you need 4 rigor courses. You also must be a Georgia high school graduate, and you must attend a Hope eligible public, private, or technical college in the state of Georgia. And you must be in Georgia. It says a high school graduate. You must be in Georgia for at least 1 year. And the Zell Miller Scholarship, which is a higher paying scholarship, it also has higher requirements. You must have a 3.7 Hope GPA with a combined required scores from SAT and ACT, and you can check with Georgia Futures as to what those scores are. Plus, you have to do 4 rigor courses. You must be a Georgia high school graduate and lived in Georgia for at least 1 year, and you must attend a Zell Miller eligible public or private or technical college in the state of Georgia. And for more information on the requirements for the Hope Scholarship and the Zell Miller Scholarship, you can go to georgiafutures.org. Most people know about the Hope Scholarship, but not everyone knows about the Hope Grant and what those requirements are. A grant, again, is money that you do not have to pay back. Anything that says scholarship or grant is free money, so that's what you want to go after when the time comes. But we do have a Hope Grant in the state of Georgia. We have the regular Hope Grant, and then we have the Zell Miller Grant. So the difference is the regular Hope grant, you must have a high school diploma or a GED. There is no initial GPA requirement for the grant. Initial. Once you get the grant, you will have a GPA requirement after that. It does not require a minimum test score for SAT or ACT. The regular Hope, you must pursue a technical diploma or a certificate. You must be a Georgia resident for at least 1 year, have a green card or citizenship, and it covers a large percentage of the tuition, in the 80 percentiles, somewhere in the 80s is what that covers. Whereas if you got the Zell Miller grant, you must have a high school diploma from a Georgia high school. And then you must have a 3.5 college GPA for eligibility. And it does not require a minimum test score for SAT or ACT or any of the standardized testing. You must be a Georgia resident for at least 1 year, green card or citizenship, and it covers 100% of tuition. Now that's tuition only, not room and board, just tuition. And you must maintain a 3.5 GPA while in college to continue to get the Zell Miller grant. Let's talk about the report card versus the transcript. When you were in middle school, you got a report card, and your grades were for 1 semester. It's an unofficial document. It's used by your parent or guardian, and it includes some personal information like your address and your COB ID. Whereas the transcript, which you will have now that you're in high school, will have a record of all of your high school final grades. It's an official legal document. It's used by colleges, military, employers, and so forth. It includes identifying personal information like your social security number, date of birth, address. So when you get a transcript, don't leave it laying around or black out your personal information if you don't want other people to see that, just in case you lose it or something like that. And it also includes your cumulative GPAs, your weighted GPAs and unweighted GPAs. Weighted GPAs, again, is when you get those quality points added on for taking honors, AP, and dual enrollment. And then the unweighted is just the straight grading scale. As of last year, 2019-2020 school year, Cobb County removed the class rank from the transcript. In keeping with large districts across the state and country, Cobb County School District decided to no longer publish class rank on student transcripts. This is better for the students in that by removing the class rank from the transcripts, graduates will be more competitive for college admissions and scholarships. Also, it positions the students to be in a more competitive, competitive as possible, particularly with the Cobb County graduates are compared to other districts. So it's really supposed to be better to not have the ranks there because it could make things look worse than they actually are. You could have a 4.5 GPA and ranked number, 15 or 20, which makes it look like, you're not maybe at the top of the class or something. So it's better to just not have those rankings there and go more on the GPA versus rankings. How many credits do you need for graduation? This is something we will go over with you every year in our lesson, class lesson. There is a total of 23 credits that you need, specific credits. Most students will graduate with 32 credits. somewhere in between the 23 and 32 or more, depending on if you had credits from middle school or something like that. You could have even more credits. But these are the 23 that you absolutely must have in order to graduate in Cobb County. You need 4 English or language arts classes. You'll need 4 math classes. You'll need 4 science classes. You'll need 3 social studies. You'll need 3 world language, technical, fine arts classes. And within that, if you plan to go to a 4-year university, you are required to have 2 credits of world language in the same language. So you can do it within that 3, or if you wanted to do extra credits, you could do that. You also have to have personal fitness and health, and then 4 electives of anything else, any other electives you might have, to total your 23. The next thing we're going to talk about now is promotion requirements, and please pay special attention to this section. In order for you to promote to the 10th grade, to go up to the next grade level, you will be required to have 5 credits. Potentially, you can have 8 credits. If you pass everything, both semesters, you'll have 8 credits. But you must have 5 credits in order to promote to 10th. And within those 5 credits, you must have 1 each of English, math, and science. You must pass those 3 classes in order to promote to the 10th grade. If you fail either one of those classes, you will not, and that includes foundations of algebra as a math class, any math class, science, and English that you're taking, and if you don't pass it, you will not promote to 10th grade. So please pay very careful attention to that. For 11th grade, it's very similar. You have to have at least 10 credits, and you have to have 2 each of English, math, and science, and then you can have the other credits in whatever else, electives or anything else you may have taken. Same thing for 12th grade. You have to have a minimum of 16 credits to promote to 12th grade, and you have to have 2 credits each of English, math, and science to promote to 12th grade. Let me just say this again, because every semester we have students, 9th grade especially, who are not familiar with, if you fail a core class, math, English, or science, you will not promote to the 10th grade. And that is including the foundations of algebra. If you're taking that, you must pass that math class as well. We want to try to at least introduce you to dual enrollment, even though you can't do it in 9th grade, but just to have you thinking about it and planning for it for the future. There is a dual enrollment program for Cobb County, where you go to college and high school at the same time, and you earn college and high school credit at the same time. So the Georgia dual enrollment program allows high school students, mainly the 11th and 12th graders, to earn college credit while working on their high school diploma. The dual enrollment program covers up to 30 hours of college hours of tuition, mandatory fees, and required textbooks. The goal of dual enrollment is to increase college access and completion and prepare students to enter the workforce with the skills that they need to succeed. So you want to take, if this is something you're interested in, you want to take advantage of that. And we have dual enrollment counselors that I mentioned in the beginning, Miss Brady, who does Chat Tech and any 2-year colleges. And we have Dr. White, who is the dual enrollment for KSU or any 4-year colleges. Now we're going to talk about tips for success in high school. And it seems that, especially since we're on a virtual platform right now and about to go back into face-to-face, we really need to revisit basic requirements and going above and beyond to get ourselves on track and stay on track so that you all promote to 10th grade. Under the basic requirements, you got to come to school or go online, log in, be on time, have your materials, pay attention, complete and submit your assignments on time. Find out what you missed when you're absent and make that work up immediately when you return. And check your grades in Student View. Make sure you're checking your grades and knowing where you are. If you want to go above and beyond, you want to review and preview notes, attend tutoring, communicate with your teachers, ask for, help when you need it, take detailed notes, study nightly, keep a calendar, stay organized. These are things that you need to be doing, especially on a virtual platform, to keep your grades up and keep your GPA, have a good GPA to start out with too. For our social, emotional, and academic things, we have some small groups that we are conducting right now. We have anxiety and stress group. This is open to all grade levels. Right now, they're being held on Wednesdays. And if you're interested in that, you can sign up for that. We have a newcomers group, which is mainly for people moving to Sprayberry from out of state or from other school districts, or totally new to Cobb County or coming to our school. It's not generally for just like ninth graders. We know you're new too, but this is for people who are just coming new from other places. And then we have, when you're a senior, we have like college application groups, we have scholarship groups, there's different groups for seniors also. And from time to time, we will have other different types of groups, but these are the ones that we have running right now, and they are available through the counseling department. And you can contact your counselor to find out, if you're interested in doing any of these groups. I run the anxiety and newcomers group, and then we have two other counselors that do the senior groups. We are going to switch gears now and talk about some of our bridge law things. First being Naviance. You may or may not have heard about our Naviance program, but this is a program that Cobb County has purchased for our middle schools and high schools to use. And Naviance is a delivery system and a college career search engine. We use it to communicate with you, and we will use it throughout the year for various activities. You can access Naviance from the Cobb County homepage. You can also access it from the school's website and from the counseling department's website. When you log on to Naviance, if you do so from a Cobb County School District computer, you will automatically be logged into Naviance. But if you log on from home or somewhere else, then you have to use your Microsoft 365 username and password in order to get into Naviance. This is what the Naviance homepage looks like. It'll have your name where it says welcome. It'll have your name there. It'll also have any messages. Maybe if a counselor has sent you a message, it'll have it there. It'll have important to-dos and tasks. If you've got tasks that you have to do, that will be listed. It also will keep a record of your favorite things that you've clicked on as a favorite for you. It'll keep a record of that. It'll also give you anything like what's new. We do need you to give us your current email address. We will need to email you from time to time to communicate important information with you. So please get in the habit of checking your email frequently. And what we want you to do is go to the top of your page, your Naviance page, and click on About Me at the top, and then click on My Account. Then scroll down a little bit and click on the pencil icon in the contact information box. And you're going to enter your email address. There may already be like your Cobb County email address there. If that's not the one you use on a regular basis, I want you to erase that and put in what you use as your main email address, and then click the Save button. This is what that looks like at the top, over to the right, top right. You see where it has home, courses, college, careers, About Me, and My Planner. The next thing you're going to click on is My Planner to look at the bridge law information. So now that you've clicked on My Planner and Task, you're going to scroll down to Tasks you need to work on, and you're going to select 9th grade dual enrollment survey. And then you're going to select Take this survey. On the right side of the screen, you'll see that pinkish reddish mark there. You're going to click there and then answer the question and click Save and Finish. Have you thought about where you'll be in 10 years from now? What road will you take to get there? There are many ways that you can use this Naviance program. They have a lot of activities and paths that you can explore to see what careers you might be interested in, what you might want to major in college in order to get to that career. You can explore all of that stuff, and we encourage you to start doing that now in 9th grade, so that by the time you're a senior, you may have a better idea of what you might want to major in if you're going to college, or if you're going into the workforce, you're going into the military, technical school, just whatever it is you may be planning to do for the future, or you may decide along the way that you want to do. This Naviance program can really help you with that. Some things to think about when you're selecting your careers that you're interested in is personality. Number one, knowing what your personality is and if it matches with that career. Your skills, what your skills level are and what your capabilities are, your abilities, and then your interest. You may have a lot of different interests, and just helping to narrow that down by researching and finding out more information about those careers, like what kind of education you need or what kind of training you need on a job training, military. You can search all of this on Naviance and find out more information to help you explore the different careers and what may interest you and may be best suited for you for your careers. This year, Naviance is introducing Road Trip Nation. This is a program where students can use Road Trip Nation to explore careers that align with their own interest. You can watch interviews of people currently working in your desired career. You can explore their education track, career path, and challenges. You could really get a good feel for what this job is like. To access Road Trip Nation, you need to go to Careers and click on Road Trip Nation, and then click on What's Your Road, and then define your road. To explore Road Trip Nation, the first thing you're going to do is choose a foundation. And this is something that interests you overall. And then you're going to select 2 specific interests you would like to explore. And then the third step, you're going to look at 1 or 2 interviews to watch. And that's to begin with. You can always go back and look at more and different things that you might be interested in. But just to get you started to see how the program works, this would be a good starting point. Now you're going to complete the Road Trip Nation survey. The first thing you're going to do after watching your videos is you're going to click the Naviance logo in the upper left corner to return to the home screen. The next thing you're going to do is click on My Planner, click on Task, and then you're going to click on the 9th grade Road Trip Nation reflection. And then you're going to answer the questions in that survey and then click the Submit button. So what do you want to be when you grow up? I want you to think of 3 possible career options to have in mind. You are going to choose 3 careers as your favorites so that you have those in your Naviance account. And the way you're going to do that is click on Careers up at the top right. And you see the blue arrow that says click here to add to list. Like, say for instance, if you are interested in being a dentist, you would click on that heart as a favorite, and it would hold it as a favorite in your career interest. Once you have chosen your 3 careers that you're interested in and click them as your favorite, all of your saved careers will now be in your account under Careers I'm Thinking About, and you will have completed the Bridge Law activity that you need to do for 9th grade. So this concludes our 9th grade advisement. If you have any questions that you would think would be good for the group, please post them in the chat section and we will answer them for you. Also, if you prefer to schedule a virtual Zoom meeting with your counselor, please reach out to them directly to schedule an advisement appointment during the month of October. For Ms. Ponticelli, it's A through D. Dr. Orsini, it's E through LI. Ms. Brady, LL through ROC. Dr. White, ROD through Z. Thank you.